Okay, so let's get going and let's look at our schedule as we go down here in the syllabus. Um, today is the 31st. Today we're supposed to have a pop art critique. We're not going to do that because we're doing this all online. I will look over your pop art work, make some comments, and grade it. Um, Today also is quiz number 3 in graphic design solutions. Um, and then Thursday, Earth Day poster project, which I'm going to start today. So I'm going to go over here to our assignments and take a look at our Earth Day project. Earth Day project. And the Earth Day project is due April 14th, which is 2 weeks from today, so you have a lot of time to work on this. I ask a lot of questions here. How will you effectively use the tools of graphic design to promote an environmental or socio-political cause? And I want you to read through this. Now, I give you 12 different topics to choose from, but you certainly can choose any subject matter that you'd like. So I have 3 different categories here. Reduce, energy conservation, global warming, transportation, and then of course the effects, the socio-political effects of those issues. Recycle, and your typical paper, plastic cans, building materials, liquids, and then the implications of those. Reuse, the conservation of natural resources, food initiatives, outdoor recreation, and the issues involving those areas. I'm not looking for you to turn these in, but I'd like you to ask yourself these questions. Why are we advertising, etc.? Please read through those because it helps ground you and make you a better designer. So here we have the Pixlr page setup. We have a width of 792 and a height of 1224. And you're going to save your file as your Frostburg log name, because I won't know who you are unless you put your name on there. Earth Day JPEG. In Canvas discussions, it'll be the Earth Day project as an attachment. So let's move over to look at some examples from last year from one class of different pieces that people have made. So I'll just go through each of these. There's quite a few. Actually, this is all the Earth Day posters from last year. So I'll just kind of scroll through, and you'll notice that there are quite a few different styles here. And some, like in this particular case, this is a little bit more talking specifically about straws and plastic. Here's more of a graphic style, illustrative style. More of an impacting graphic. Talking about the wildfires. Ocean pollution. It's going to keep going through here. More of the polar bear aspect. Preserve the beauty. And it's hard to see, but it's a graphic of a woman holding a child and the earth kind of embossed on the child. This is specific to Just One Ocean, an organization. Save the Turtle. Global warming. Saving the polar bear. Saving the earth. Tree-based, more illustration style. A little bit more kind of a dystopian kind of view. And kind of a nice little graphic there. Talking about marine mammals, recycling, global warming, again, and another kind of global warming. More of an art piece, I would call it. Nice little kind of negative positive graphic. Sea life, recycling. More comedic. Coral reefs. Keep the water clean, I'm sorry. Wake up world. Kind of a Disney-esque kind of image. Again, some kind of comedy-based image. Pollution. More political. Again, talking about the organization Just One Ocean. This is just bringing up the whole reduce, reuse, recycle. And here's another organization, Oceana, protecting the world's oceans. Ocean again. Just talking about global warming. Recycling. And that talking about global warming again. So there we go. So there's our different images that people made last year. So let's go into Pixlr. And I'm going to use 792 by 1224. 792, 1224, create new. 794 and 1224. Or no, 792, correct. 792, 792, and I'll make all kinds of mistakes here. 1224. Okay, so 792, 1224. Do I want a background? Sure, I'm going to have a white background and create. So there we have the basis of our poster. So now it's just a matter of building out our poster. So I'm just doing this on the fly, but I will go over here to File and do a stock search just to see what we have here. Winter was the last, but let's see here. Let's go for tree, and let's see what we get. The other thing that, the stock search works fairly well, but I'm going to jump into another Google search here. And I will go here and type in tree and go to images and go to tools over here. And for this particular case, I'm going to try to look for transparent because that'll be a PNG file, which will separate the background. Size. I think I'll be okay with sizing. Let's take a look. When I roll over here, I can see the size. I'm going to grab this one, so save image as, and I'll put this on my desktop, and I will create a new folder. I'm just going to call it Earth Day. And create, and this is a PNG file. And so I've saved it. Let's go back here to Pixlr. And let's go back to, we got to go back to the editor. And double click. Where is my image? For some odd reason, I have to go back here to fit screen. Something strange is happening over here. Mode. Fit screen. Huh. So once I went over to that stock search, all of a sudden, I'm going to start over here. 792, let's create. I'm going to get rid of that one and start over here. And truthfully, what I should have done is given this a name. So let's do this correctly. Earth Day. So my Frostburg login name, Earth Day. And I'm going to create. Now, this would be ready to be saved. So let me go over to open image. And I have my Earth Day right here. And I'll grab that PNG file. And so you can see that this PNG file is transparent in the background. So I can do a select all. And I didn't want to distort. So I'm going to edit copy. And I'm going to do edit paste. And you can see it's too big. So I'll change that. And you can see that the transparent quality is coming through. So I can pull this out a little bit more. I don't want to get too close to the edges, but all right. So as I look at my layers, I have my layer 1, and I have a layer 2 over here. And I can see I have that white background, which I can change later. Maybe it's best not to work with a colored background, in this case being white. But it's fine for my situation here. So again, I really do prefer using the Google search and going into this area here, which is color, and going to transparent. That helps. So I'm going to try a bird. And again, I'm going to go for a transparent just to make my life a little easier. And what kind of bird? Since I'm kind of working in a realistic setting, let's go back. Let me pull this over so that I can just easily click back and forth and see just how I would work with a bird. Here's an interesting bird. Now, small, but I'm going to go and save image as, and it's going to go to my Earth Day. And I'll go back to Pixlr, and I will open that image, and I'll do a select all, copy, edit copy, and I can close these because I don't need those anymore. And now I'll just do edit paste. And this bird comes in right over here. I'm going to move this up. I'm going to move it up to like there. So I'm going to work with scale, distortion, and let's see, what else can I work with here? Let's work with, got the tree, a bird, and let's see, what else can I add? Let's go to a let's go for the moon. Again, I'm working with transparent. Let's click over here. This is transparent, small. Might want to go for something a little larger here. That one's fairly large. That's good. Save image as, save it to my folder, PNG file. Go back to Pixlr and file, open image, and get the moon, select all, edit, copy. I can close it now, and edit, paste. Let's see what happens here. Pull down my layer, put it to the back. Now, with the moon, I mean, a lot of people probably would use the Earth. But I'm going to move this over just so it's equidistant on both sides. I'm going to work with the moon. And let's see, let's work with some kind of type up here. So go to my type tool, or I could add a text layer. So let's see here. I'm going to write in Earth Day. And I'll move that up. You can see it's centering it, and I'm going to go to my type tool and choose a font. Let's see here. This, you can see so many different approaches here. I think I'm going to go for this Babasnu, and I'm going to change the color here. Go into my color picker. Let's try to be a little bit more, let's see here. That works well with the color. I could choose a color. This color seems to work fairly well for me. And I'll make it larger. Scale it up. So right there. You can see here's my settings, line space, letter space, styles. I could put a shadow on here. Let's see how that looks. And let's see if I can't grab this layer. I can't really, unfortunately, I can't really make it much larger. So let me shrink this down just slightly. $174, 68, okay, 155. So it has a nice kind of, let's see here, it's centered. I'm going to pull that up a little bit further. Let me go ahead and right click on here and duplicate my layer. That actually, if I turn I kind of like that effect better. So I'm going to leave that. And that's just two layers on top of one another. And I'm going to do one more copy here. Duplicate. And I'm going to pull this one down. I'm holding my shift key to kind of constrain it. And then I'm going to say this every day. And go into my settings here, styles, and I'm going to turn the shadow off. And I'm going to change the color. Let's see. Let's try some variations here. I'm going to try black, and I think it's too large, so I'm going to bring this down a little bit. About there, and move this down. And I think I'll try to do something with the background. So I'm going to close this. Here's my background layer. Let's try doing a gradient and a linear. And I'm going to click here and go down here and see what that looks pretty interesting. I'm going to go back over here to my earth and see what other kind of things I can put on here. Bloom, dehaze, glow. Maybe let's try a glow. That's not bad. A little bit of a glow. Let's see if I can blur it a little bit more. Maybe make the size just slightly bigger. And apply. And I think I'll go to everyday here. The black everyday. Oh, something happened. So I'm going to undo that. For some reason let's see what happened here. So you can tell that I'm going to undo. Oh boy. Redo. Something happened on this layer, so I'm going to delete that layer. And I am going to open my image and go back to my moon and do a select all and edit copy and close and edit paste. I'm going to pull this down and move it over slightly. Again, let me try the filter glow and pull this out, blur it a little bit more. Don't want to blur it too much, but just enough to give it. Let's see what happens after I apply it. It doesn't like what I've done. Okay, so let me undo that. And you can see now it's fractured the image. So I need to go back and open the image. Obviously, these are some of the setbacks that we have using Pixlr. Select all, edit, copy. Better leave that up. And edit, paste. And I'll move it over slightly. And pull, maybe I should leave it on the top. Let's just see if that helps. And filter, I'm sure there's workarounds here, so I'm doing a glow. And I'll blur it more, and I'll size it up a little bit. Maybe it would be more appropriate to be using a Earth image instead of the moon, but let's go ahead and try this. Apply, and nope, it doesn't work. So I'm going to delete that, and I'm going to try and edit, paste again, because I have it nearby. And doesn't make much difference, so I pop it back down over here. What else could I do here? I guess I could try a drop shadow and see if this is effective. I can see it out there, just that you won't really see it, but it does outline it a little bit. I don't really like that effect, so let's try whatever bloom. Let's see what happens here. Oh, that's kind of a nice effect. Apply. Okay. So let's just say that I've completed this, but obviously we have 2 weeks to spend on this project, so I would expect that you spend some time with it, and I very quickly threw this together. Remember that when you go back here to save, it should have your appropriate file name, .jpg file. This is good, quality 90%, JPEG high. And I will download that image. And if I go into my downloads, and here is my image. And that's what I would attach into the discussions. So that's the basis of what we're working on. If you have any questions about anything regarding the course or this particular project, please email me. Thank you.